Okay, after a brief, and by brief I mean 3-week-long hiatus, we are back with the Sonic 06 playthrough.
You're making me watch this again. Damn you all!
Yeah, we've had to do a few takes of this.
Which completely contradicts our motto. 2 takes.
We don't do 2 takes.
Just film some reaction shots from me and shove it on the air. I love that. This Rouge review. It's always business. So what about the sex review?
It seems they don't want us to leave.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, Griffith does try a bit too hard in this game with Shadow. Just tries to make him sound a bit, my mission was to rescue you, nothing more.
Yes.
A bit too over the top. I don't know, like, we just saw 3 robots jump down, right? Where have they gone now? They disappeared off the face of the earth.
They got bored, started flying around.
They're like, man, this taking too long to load, fuck this shit, and I leave.
Maybe they're having a Medabots fight or something, I don't know. Now this boss fight seems awfully familiar.
Shadow's skating on snow. His feet disappear, that looks really bad. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
This game doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know why you're questioning something as banal as that.
Very true. I'm pretty sure there, Rouge just got stamped on. If you go back and watch that again, it clearly looks like what's this thing called again?
Egg Cerberus.
It clearly looks like that thing just like jumped on Rouge.
I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing.
Kill the slut.
Did I just like bounce off something there, Sonic Heroes style?
That game is very underrated, I think.
Yeah, it's repetitive, but it's a good time.
A bit like this fight really. It's just this is like what I don't. This like robot must have the mind of a fool. He jumps around. It doesn't even try and attack Shadow. Just literally just runs around the space.
Yeah, it's kind of like a child, really.
It's like one of those robot dogs just leaving the floor and it just does what the hell it wants.
It's the Ibo, but the extreme version. I think it's called the Ibo anyway.
The Eye Hound or something like that.
Ugh, the Eye, we're milking this way too much.
So, is this easier or harder than fighting this thing with Sonic?
Let's see. There's no robots to bother you in Sonic's 1, so yeah, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, but it isn't Shadow's the basic gameplay, basically like Sonic, only harder and with vehicles.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what always kind of bothered me about Heroes. With if you get the chaotics, you're basically being forced to play through the game on easy, medium, and hard with Team Roll, Sonic, and Dark. That always bothered me about that game.
The thing that bothered me about Heroes is some of the levels are just way too long. Creepy castle, I'm looking at you.
I always thought that Final Fortress was like 3 times as long as it needed to be.
But that music was awesome.
For some reason that music reminds me of like 8-bit Mega Man music. I don't know why. And this is a long-winded battle.
I know.
It's like, man,
I don't know if it... Go on, sorry.
You go.
Anyway, like you were saying to me earlier, Robotnik must have built 2 of these.
Oh, yeah.
There's a man with far too much time on his hands, and this is coming from me.
There's that difference between, like, the games and, like, in-game cutscenes and, like, say if this was on Sonic X, right, Shadow would basically just throw a Chaos Spirit it and, like, destroy it in one shot.
Well, that's the anime, this is the games.
I know, but sometimes it's like, the other day I was watching the intro to Sonic CD, and I was like, man, you can't do half that shit in the game. That really annoys me when like they advertise stuff on the game that you can't do.
Well, Unleashed springs new hope.
But at least Shadow stands in the middle, unlike Sonic.
Yeah, speaking of Unleashed, I don't care what anyone says, that game looks like pure
awesomeness.
Yeah, it's pure awesome in concentrate.
Have you seen the Neon Wii scan? The graphics actually look pretty decent.
Just about Secret Rings level, I would say.
Yeah, which Secret Rings is one of the better looking Wii games, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good actually.
It does, and obviously the 360 version looks better, but it doesn't look amazingly better. It just looks bit better.
And also, High Europe's theme is, and I'm not using hyperbole. I'm not shitting you. It's my favourite theme since the His World instrumental,
Really?
which is my favourite theme.
Nice.
If every track is of that standard, and from what we've heard so far, it will be. Yeah, I'm going to be pretty happy.
Hopefully, I just hope that they bring back Jones Sinew to do a track or two.
Well, it sounds like June Sinew.
Yeah, it's actually Tomoyo Otani, who is the sound director for this game, and he did the theme for His World. He did Wave Ocean, the Inlet. He did stuff like Sonic Appears, Radical Train in this game. So basically, all of his tracks tend to be the more like rock inspired, which I think they rock.
Yeah, put him and June Sinew together.
To go off track for a second, the sound director, as I just said for Unleashed, he was the one who, in SA2, he did all the music for the Knuckles levels. He did a couple of tracks in, like, Heroes and Shadows, so he's actually been with the series since SA2.
Good man.
Good classics. Another loading screen. God damn you.
The old castle, I think we were there for the Trials of Soliana.
The old castle as opposed to the new one.
There's a new castle? They just built it?
New castle. Yo, hurry up!
Good God, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I counted about 7 boats in the background during the time it took to load.
Every time...
7 boats! Oh, sorry. I fucking love that crazy bastard.
1, 2, 3 victims!
Anyway.
Every time I see those loading screens, just a phrase from The Simpsons comes to mind. Urge to kill.
What's that? Yeah.
Girl, I love that. I said that I didn't even bother to give these people names, just girl. Well done, Seg.
Middle-aged man.
You really put the effort in this game, didn't you?
Anna Enos.
Enos the Hedgehog.
Once again, that's Soliana backwards. Hey, it's a loading screen. What do you expect?
What were they thinking? Seriously, I mean, I think Unleashed. It's been confirmed that Unleashed is going to have several small, like adventure fields, as it were. Instead of having a main hub like SA1 this game does, basically every single level is going to have its own mini, its own mini adventure field. But you don't have to go in it. If you want to, you can just go from level to level. Which as we commented on Sonic's playthrough, sometimes having to go to the like this town, this really breaks up the rhythm and pacing of the game.
It's far too big and there's nothing to do.
Especially when the stuff like you see, it's like, okay, go back to the beginning of Sonic, you see Eggman's ship running the final way, instead of running after him, you stand there and then you have to go speak to Tails for 2 seconds. It's pointless.
I mean, there are like side quests, you can talk to people, but I just never felt like doing it.
Yeah, but apparently Unleashed will have side quests, but again, you don't have to do them. Oh my god, this is really long.
Oh,
this,
God.
what's this called? The Soliana Forest is probably the largest adventure field in any Sonic game.
It's bigger than the Mystic Ruins, and that's
but Mystic Ruins was fun to go through. It just seems like a chore. What's it say? Archaeologist. She didn't even turn around to speak to you. How rude is that?
She's examining the architecture. And look at all that space. Yeah, it looks nice, but there really is nothing to do
I love
with
how
it.
Rouge just comes out of nowhere.
That's what you call it, Lick.
Again, it kind of reminds me of the first time you go on Hyrule in Ocarina of Time. But of course, you know,
Oh,
in Ocarina you had Epona, which just made that so much fun. This just, it seems like a chore. It just really does.
Right, I need to learn how to go KOK. There we go. See,
God!
Chaos Spear does nothing. Oh, you can just break it, right. That makes so much sense. Join us in part 3.